Oh, yeah.
Good evening or afternoon, depending on where you are in the continental United States. This is the Unprofessional Professional Sports Show. I am BA, along here with Bo Crouch and Keith Engel. Hope you fellas are doing good this afternoon, evening. Kind of want to start off with some retirement news from Russell Westbrook. Retires from the NBA after 18 seasons. Wizards was one of the teams that was looking to add him onto the roster, but he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna step away from basketball for a while." He has had a pretty good career in the NBA, possible Hall of Fame inductee. What do you guys think about the Russell Westbrook retiring?
I was never the biggest Russell Westbrook fan. For whatever reason, I always felt he was like overrated. But then I think there's only been 3 guys in the history of the NBA that average a triple-double, and he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't be as overrated as I think, if that makes any sense.
I mean, he did a lot of stat padding in that era.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I was trying to remember today. Wasn't there one game where he maybe it was somebody else, blatantly missed a shot so he could get a rebound and get an extra rebound for a triple double?
Oh, he's doing
He threw it off the backboard.
Right. So I mean, stuff like that's what sticks with you, right? And you forget that. Gosh, he was a talented player. No championships, unfortunately for him, and he seemed to be chasing one the end of his career, from all appearances. But I mean, when you look back at the body of work, it's pretty good if you just look at numbers, right? We had the same discussion we have a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
You just look at the numbers and not the eye test.
Mm-hmm.
And even the eye test, sometimes he was talented, but always felt like there was something missing with Russell Westbrook.
I mean, he was definitely a volume shooter, right?
Right.
The one, I was never a huge Westbrook fan either, but the one thing I could always appreciate about his game is there was nobody that was going to play harder than him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
He was that ultimate, if he's on the court, he's getting after it. He may not shoot a high percentage, but he's gonna give you everything he's got.
Yeah, I think one thing about Russell Westbrook, to me, kind of like in between what you guys say about him too. I'm not real big fan of his, and I really never, appreciated him even with his numbers. I think it was more like he was selfish a lot. I think that prevented him from really moving up into the category of being on a championship team or that championship possession, because he was just. I think that's one of the reasons why, even though we kind of make fun of this whole Kevin Durant situation of going to Golden State, I think that's half of it right there. I think they might get along as people, him and Russell, but I think there was a lot of selfishness going on, and I think that kind of moved Durant away from that situation in Oklahoma. So.
That's fair.
Hey, Joe. Yeah. That's just. Speaking of basketball, the
Was he ever the
Lakers.
best player on his team? Sorry, I didn't mean. Was he ever the best player on his team? As good as he was he ever the best player on his team?
Well, I think when Kevin Durant left, he was.
Well, I guess. Well, even Harden had picked it up then too. So, I mean, you can make an argument that Harden was better than him by the time Durant left. It's debatable.
I would say there was a couple of years where he was probably the best player on his team.
Well, when he was in Washington, maybe, or someplace, right?
Well, no, I mean, even when he was averaging a triple-double, he was probably the best player on his team in those moments, but not for any extended period of time. But, I mean, even when he was on the same team with Harden was kind of not Harden until everybody split up, right? And then Harden really took off. Still couldn't do anything in the playoffs, but, his best years were away from everybody.
Yeah.
It's an interesting. I mean, a guy who finished, I think, 6 times in the top. You won an MVP. Was in the top 10 6 times, and top 12 8 times, whatever. But there's still this question mark. Anybody else you think that's no brainer, right? He's one of the greats.
Yeah,
can't say that.
I mean, will he be a Hall of Famer? No question.
Without a doubt, the numbers will.
No question.
Yeah.
Do I think he's a top 10 player? Absolutely not. Top 50, you might be able to make a case for him.
If you're just going to look at numbers, I would say he'd probably be in the top 50, right? But you have to look at other things, and there's a lot of other things with this guy. So anyway,
well, good luck, Russell Westbrook. I hope you have
yes,
great time after the NBA.
Well, good luck. Hope the door doesn't be on the way out.
Right.
A lot of melancholy for him leaving, apparently.
Right?
On this show,
and to tell you the truth, it's like, when it came out, it was kind of like that. I was like, yeah, okay, you're retiring after 18. Yeah, bye.
Right.
It's like it wasn't really a lot of fanfare, like, if it was LeBron retiring or something like that. But it's, it is what it is. Speaking of staying in the NBA,
so some of that has to do with the way he interacts with the media, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like,
he's got a lot of memes, I'll tell you that much.
Well, but I mean, yes, but when you think about it, he had a very similar media relationship that like T.O. did. T.O. would have had a very different retirement year, first year eligibility for the Hall of Fame. Those would have been very different if his relationship with media was more favorable. Because like when you think of T.O., there's no reason he shouldn't have been a first ballot, except his relationship with the media.
But do you think that I know they play 2 different sports, but would you think that Terrell Owens had a better NFL career than Russell Westbrook had a better NBA career?
Not necessarily.
Well, you think T.O. had a better one, or not necessarily?
I think you can make the argument that T.O. is, a top 10 receiver all time. I don't know that you can make Westbrook top 10 at his position all time. But that being said, neither one of them ended up with a ring, right? They both were able to get lots of accolades on their own. Obviously, T.O. didn't have a league MVP that Russ does. I mean, so there's some decent parallels there. But the biggest thing is who puts on the fanfare for your farewell tour, and when you're going into the Hall. Oh, the people they didn't get along with. So that's a detriment to your own career.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Like I said, good luck.
Okay, we're making too much sense. Like, throw something weird in here.
Yeah, it is. Right. God, I thought he was going to play cornhole in his next career. So let's see him pad his cornhole stats. That sounds kind of weird.
Maybe he'll get in the WWE. I don't know.
That sounds weird.
That definitely took a turn. All right, now we're on track.
Yeah. See, to us older fellas, we know cornhole, but we also know the other meaning to it as well, and people don't know that. So that's awesome.
That's why we call it. That's why we call it bags generally.
Yeah, bags. Lakers are sold to businessman Josh Kushner and former Disney CEO Bob Iger for $12.5 billion, which is a new record for a North American franchise. Kushner and Iger were eyeing the expansion team in Vegas, but pivoted to buy the Lakers from majority owner Mark Walter. Sale is waiting approval from the NBA's Board of Governors, which will convene in September.
I mean, now didn't he just buy that a couple of years ago for 10? So I mean, 2 years, $2 billion, like that's not a bad deal.
No, it's not. Now, the interesting thing about this is you were talking about this when we were talking about the expansion team coming to Seattle. Well, it's not really an expansion team. It's just coming back to Seattle. But Vegas having this, but you said there might be a correlation between those two. And now that they have pivoted and bought the Lakers, where's this leave Vegas now? Who's
so Vegas had more suitors than Seattle did. And so I wouldn't worry too much about the Vegas end of it. It sounded like there were 3 or 4 real potential players. Only one that was public. The other ones were behind the scenes, which makes me think that they're still there. When it comes to Seattle, there's really only one player, largely because they hold the rights to the building. And so although someone else could potentially do it, they'd have to lease the building from the other people that were in the running. Like I have to imagine that will be a weird scenario if that were to happen.
So Lakers, in a course of 2 years, get sold twice. Yep. But at least they're keeping the owners that previously on a board still of governors. So that's good. They're going to keep with that tradition. So they're bringing all that along with them. They're saying, we want to make the Lakers the best and all that good stuff that they say when they buy a team.
Sure. Well, you don't buy it and be like, hey, we're going to run this thing into the ground. Like,
well, it's happened.
We can show you better than tell you.
You don't come in and be like, yeah, we're going to try and ruin this.
Right. But alas, some do. So
they do, but you don't announce it.
Right. No, that's what I say. You can show you better than tell you. Something else on the horizon here for going to the NFL. Matt Hasselbeck, quarterback of 17 years, is going to Boston University to have his brain diagnosed for CTE, setting a new frontier in disease being able to be discovered among the living instead of the dead. So he's trying to break through that frontier there.
That would be good.
Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It would be nice, yeah.
I mean, the fact that you have to find out about it posthumously doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, usually by then there's a lot enough weird stuff to happen that you kind of have a pretty solid idea anyway. It would be great if you could have a diagnosis prior to that, because then maybe you can try to combat some of the symptoms, I remember it was a study that came out, I want to say it came 2 years ago, that basically said anybody that played beyond the high school level has a pretty good chance of having CTE. That's a lot of players.
Mm-hmm.
And I would fall into that category, right? Because it's one of those where when I've been interviewed, they're like, oh, have you ever had any concussions? And I'm always like, well, none that I remember. And, which is a true statement. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that makes you a good candidate for stuff like that.
Are you volunteering?
I mean, if they were doing something local, sure.
Yeah, I think they asked Matt Hasselbeck, he had 17 years of NFL experience besides, and before that, obviously. 17 years of getting your head knocked around.
Sure.
Pretty much makes you a good candidate for that situation. Yeah.
The way we used to play, like we literally were headhunting, right? Like that's other paint from helmets. So like we didn't get penalties for that stuff. And some of them weren't your doing. that one didn't feel good. That was a pulling guard. I actually do remember that one.
After somebody told you about it, or you remember it right away?
I remember landing on the sideline.
Oh.
Because I squared up on a running back. I'm like, I got this guy dead to rights, and then all of a sudden I'm flying.
Yeah, I had that happen in high school.
That pulling guard was 6'5", 340.
Same instance. I was a corner, and one of my teammates intercepted the ball. We're running it back, and I'm trying to go out there and clear the way for him. One of the players clearing the way for him. Unbeknownst to me, there was a big boy coming at me from this side, and my peripherals didn't catch him at the right time, and wham!
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun. That was awesome. That was so awesome. But those are the kind of things that you remember, unfortunately, in the games of sports. Keith,
Yes,
did you get a concussion on the golf course?
Yeah, listen, I feel bad. I don't remember if I had any or not. That's probably a bad sign. I may have had more in my younger days.
I think that has more to do with the cocktails than a concussion.
Well, don't make you give you the Cliff Clavin theory on drinking beer.
Oh, man.
Yes. The slower brain cells.
Yes. Yes. Then the herd, you're just getting smarter.
That's right.
That's why everybody's smarter after a few beers.
Well, at least they tell the truth, I think. Speaking of, that kind of behavior, CBS Sports says there's no timetable for a decision on Tony Romo's future.
I can give you a timetable. Today, he's done.
I don't know. I think he does. I think he's good enough for them that he'll be back.
See, I disagree. I think the reason he won't be back is the fact that he is nowhere near as good as he was when he started and when they paid him $180 million. And I think they've regretted it ever since. Remember, it was just last year they had an intervention with Tony Romo about his broadcasting and about his work ethic as far as preparing for games.
I did forget about that.
I think CBS will be happy to find a way to get out from under this contract, at least part of it, and move on from Tony Romo. I really do. And you know what? I liked Tony Romo. The first year he did broadcasting, I liked him.
So I'd like to laugh at this, except
I can't laugh at it.
This right here, where my elbow is a different color, that is because of AstroTurf that I played on. Wicked rug burns.
Yeah. Let's say I didn't have to really play on the Pontiac Silverdome's concrete carpet. That's what I called it, because that's basically what it was. Concrete with a carpet over it.
Well, I mean, that's what AstroTurf was.
Yeah, I didn't have to really I'm glad I didn't have to play on that. So thank God for that.
There was a Major League Baseball pitcher. I feel like it was Tub McGraw said, if I can't smoke it, I ain't playing on it. So I don't know if it was him or not, but I know it was a Major League pitcher that said it.
And I heard that quote before. Yeah.
That's great. See, the problem is people today would try smoking the turf. Like
they might. They might.
The Buffalo Bills plan to refine their new stadium after sightline complaints in the new Highmark Stadium. They're supposed to adjust that by the time they have their opening game with the Detroit Lions for this season.
So what is the problem?
It's funny because the complaints have come from 1% of the fan base that purchases tickets there.
1%.
1%. So
I don't know if that's enough people for me to care about, but
well, listen, as a New York State taxpayer and a major contributor to this building, I think it's an atrocity that they have any sightline problems. I don't care about the Bills at all, but I'm pissed.
But think about it when you see those seats that are behind pillars in baseball stadiums. Those are the funniest seats. I don't even know why you have them. But like they're literally behind a pole. You can't see any. Like you'd have to do this, right?
Right.
Most of the new construction today, they do a really awesome job of eliminating those sightline problems that in any old stadium were just everywhere. Go to old Yankee Stadium, go to Fenway. You could be in Fenway, you could be literally sitting behind a girder and be able to see none of the game. None.
Yep.
But today, I can't believe that they're having any of these problems because I go to new stadiums and I don't see sightline problems anywhere. Go to Gillette. There's no sightline issues.
Even
None.
if I have that seat, I don't have a sightline problem because you know where I end up watching the game from in that
In the
instance?
bar.
The
In a
beer
bar.
garden.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Like I'm not even worried about it. And Excalibur, my legs are fine. I was always a fan of wearing all my pads. So
Good for you.
my legs are good. My arms, however, they got some pretty wicked rug burn action.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're just joining, that doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Carlton. All right. Staying with the NFL, the Vikings named Kyler Murray starting quarterback over McCarthy. Not that we didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But yeah. So JJ still says he wants to stay on the team because now the rumors are circulating around that he could be traded to somebody else, blah, blah, blah. Which I don't see why you would do that in the first place. I mean, you made the investment in him, even though it was the stupidest investment in Minnesota history. I would probably have just kept him out, whatever. I wouldn't trade him. He'd be a backup. Unless he wants to go somewhere and start, but it doesn't sound like he wants to do that. He says he wants to stay on the team. So
What's his contract? He's an expensive backup. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, he was a first round pick. Like that's a spendy one. I
Right.
mean, at the same time, he's only, he's going into his third year, right? So, I mean, at this point, if you were to try and trade him, you would at least still get something for him. If you wait, like you're not going to get anything for him. So if you were going to try and trade him, this wouldn't be a terrible time to do it. You could probably get a couple of picks for him. It'd be like a third and a seventh or something. And then you could probably weasel Dylan Gabriel out of the Browns for like a fifth because they're obviously not going to use him. All of your reps are going between Deshaun and Shador. So it's not like he's going to want to be a practice squad guy. So you could probably get him for nothing, really.
okay, it was the second stupidest whip. Yeah, can Murray take them to the promised land? I mean,
No.
I don't see
Wow,
any reason to
no.
think he can.
No. Yeah. No, I mean, probably not. But at the same time, is he going to be noticeably step further than JJ? Yeah, no question. So, I mean, if you think about it, in the Sam Darnold got them 14 wins, they had the rocket scientist winning games. I mean, the roster is put together in a way to win. They have a solid defense. They have a lot of weapons. The offensive line isn't horrible. Like if you get just competent play out of the quarterback position, they win a lot of games.
I do see but they're not really any cool as football stories. What are you going to do? Listen, as far as Kyler Murray goes, this is Kevin O'Connell's chance to really solidify what is becoming a little bit of a fractured narrative of him being a quarterback whisperer. So we'll find out. Kyler Murray's got some talent. He came out of college with some talent. If he can turn him around, then his reputation will be intact as a quarterback whisperer. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of
So here's the real question,
buying it.
right? They're announcing this now, right? And O'Connell says he wants him to have the most amount of reps as possible, right? Now, is that because of the narrative that started in Arizona where he's just not a good studier? So he's like, well, we're going to put him on the field so that he learns stuff.
Well, maybe if he formulates the playbook as a Call of Duty thing, then it might work for him.
Yeah, a little side quest.
Yeah.
You go and find individual pages throughout the map.
I think this team is still talented enough to win. I don't think they win this division, but I think all these teams finish over 500 in that division, including the Vikings.
It's just water. It's just water. I'd probably drink about I probably drink about 5 of these a day. So.
That's good. That's a good thing right there. Drinking water. Always a good thing. Cowboys signed defensive tackle Quentin Williams to a 3-year, $105.9 million extension. I think he deserves that. Pretty good defensive tackle. He's really good with the Jets.
Very good.
He did pretty well with Dallas last year when he got traded there. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying Dallas might be that sneaky team that might get to the Super Bowl. So,
I'm one.
Yeah, Dallas is.
I don't know if I'm quite in the Super Bowl, but I think they win the East, and we'll see what happens.
So I said that on a Phillies show a couple days ago.
oh, I'm sure Pags.
Are you
love
still
that.
on in Philadelphia or no?
Yeah, I'll be on that program again on Sunday. But yeah, no, it was like some of it was just to like twist the knife a little bit, but some of it is, I mean, they actually did some things on defense.
I like this team. I really do. I think Brian Schottenheimer, I gave them a lot of grief for hiring Brian Schottenheimer last year. But I think Brian Schottenheimer kind of proved that he can coach at this level. He did a good job last year, I thought, for the most part. And I do think this team, as Bo said, is much better on the defensive side of the football specifically.
Well, and even if the offense regresses a little bit, say they're not the number one, say they're still top 10, and you give them decent defense, not number 32, somehow behind the Bengals, but you give them middle of the road. You give them the 16th defense. You probably win 4 more games.
I knew Joe would be coming in here with that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I'm not a Dallas fan, Joe. I got no reason to carry their water. It's just an opinion of what I think will happen.
Joe's staying up late to say go Cowboys.
There you go. This came up too. Any thoughts on the Falcons? They have Tua starting a preseason game. They also said that Tua's on a thin leash right now, basically. Like even one of their quarterbacks should be on a thin leash. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly what that proves, but whatever.
I mean, you have 2 guys injury prone. You're going to get 8 out of each of them. You don't get to pick which 8, but they're both going to start 8 games, and then whoever your third stringer is going to get one.
Now, you made a point earlier about trading for quarterbacks. Do you think Stefanski could trade for the Cleveland quarterback that they're not using?
I don't think
you don't think it would fit in their system?
I don't think he likes any of them. I don't think he would trade for him.
Well, he did like
Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel was his guy.
Well, yeah.
So you wouldn't
of the guys over there.
The reason you don't, and the reason they went and got Tua, is Tua and Penix operate very similarly in the offense.
Right.
The last thing you'd want to do is go and get somebody that goes against that, right? Like I never understand it when you have an offense that your backup quarterback is a lefty and your starter's a righty, and all of a sudden you're making the job wildly different for your offensive line, especially when like one of them is athletic and the other's not. So I always appreciate when they try and get a first and second stringer that are similar, which is what Atlanta's done here. So I can't imagine you'd go get Gabriel. Doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Show to show, Donna. Show to show.
Yeah, we did mention him. We did mention him. And some of that was, I mean, might as well drop it in here for your viewing audience. We're
not going to be talking about Dylan Gabriel much after this preseason, so might as well get his name in now.
Well, and this doesn't actually have anything to do with him. This was this just lets you know that he's not a factor because he's not getting brought up at all. This is the Deshaun Watson and Shedeur situation as asked to Monken.
Mention that Deshaun's is better.
Hold on. What was that?
So that's what I'm asking. Were you saying,
I said Deshaun's better?
Were you saying that he's gotten better since camp, or that he's better than Shedeur? I want to make sure.
I don't think I threw in there that he's better than Shedeur. I'm not sure I went that far, but I appreciate you trying to trap me in that shit.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make sure
I would just say in general that they've all gotten better, and you've seen it. You guys are out there. You don't see the tape. That doesn't mean you see it, right? Did we look better? Yes. Were there a lot of reasons for that? Yes. Installs. Some banged up defensive players, right? That helps that. You're You're going to be able to function better, right? You just are. Our operation was better. Our cadence was better. For the ones we jumped off sides, we got the defense to jump, which is part of it. Those are all little pieces that you just keep trying to stack. And I thought both played really well. I mean, after the first series that Deshaun went, Shedeur went in there and ripped the glance, ripped 3 or 4 throws and was confident, had a good base underneath him, got the ball out. Like it was fun to watch, irrespective of the defense, just the decision making. And so, no, I wasn't saying he's better. Each of them are better at certain things than the other. That's just the way it is. All players have certain skill sets that they do, and they're all trying to maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses. That's what we're trying to do with every player.
So the thing that's funny about that is then yesterday they were so bad in their 2-minute drills that Shedeur goes out there and they false start 2 or 3 times in a row, kicks him out of there. They get Deshaun out there. He completes a couple of passes and then has 2 or 3 offensive things. And it was reported that he like threw his clipboard and stopped practice early. It was just like, and we're done. Like, so apparently they were looking better until they weren't.
Todd Monken looks like a guy who'll get fired like after the first year he's coach, actually. Did I miss the question? Because I heard him say he asked if Shedeur had gotten better since training camp started. That's what I heard. Not that he was better.
No, so he was trying to clarify a question that was actually from the day before, where Monken said that Deshaun had been playing better. And so he was trying to clarify, was it better than how he started camp, or is it better than Shedeur? Like, what did you mean by that? And
I didn't hear that part about him including the other guy. I thought he just talked about one guy getting better since camp started.
Yeah, no, it's because he was talking specifically about Shedeur the day before. So, but that's a whole different press conference. And
I'm not a big Todd Monken fan. I don't think he's going to do well here. I think
does anybody do well there?
No, I don't. I don't think it went well.
Well, Stefanski won 2 Coach of the Year, so I mean, somebody did well there.
I mean, that's because they won some games, which is a huge step forward for the Browns.
All right. Ben Johnson, speaking of people that have confidence in themselves, head coach of the Bears, want to have the highest scoring offense ever. Ever. Let me repeat that.
Good
ever.
luck.
Do you think it's possible? Oh, anything's possible. But reality is something that we have to look at.
Isn't it about wins and losses? Isn't it about wins and losses? How about we just win more games than anybody else? How about that?
Right?
Who cares how you do it? Ben?
Besides, you're going to try and take down Peyton Manning and that 2013 Broncos team? Like, good luck.
Well, if that's your goal, then you're setting yourself up to fail anyway. So the goal should be just about winning games. Don't worry, just score more points every single game. It doesn't matter how many.
Yep.
And you need a little focus on the defensive side of the football. I like this team, but things like this make me go, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I hope he does it, and then I hope they also lose to the Seahawks.
Well,
now it'd have to happen in the championship game. But
how about first beating the Lions? That would help, beat your mentor.
How about we leave comments that Keith made sense up along more than like 2 seconds, Brian?
Oh, this one? There you go.
I don't get these comments. I don't get these comments very often.
We figured it was a typo. Like it.
Jeez.
I love it. The fact this comes up and then the Ben Johnson thing. It's just like, the ego is out there. The ego is out there,
Listen, I wait like weeks for these comments and you just blow it right off.
Well, you only wait weeks because you take so many of them off. That's the
I'm a busy guy.
Or anyway.
I have never taken a week off to play golf. Only when I'm out of town. That's the only time I take a week off.
It's the cruise ships.
That's right.
Yeah. That's the other one too. Shaq compares LeBron, going back to the NBA. Shaq compares LeBron to the Lakers legends He says that LeBron comparing him to the Lakers legends is at the party, but not on stage. Now I'm saying that he's probably right in the sense that the LeBron Laker, the Laker that LeBron was on, or during his tenure there, he wasn't the greatest. But you got to give him credit for the fact that that's going by the end of his career too, being on the Lakers. So I think he makes sense in a way by saying that. Anybody else disagree or agree with that comment?
No, that's absolutely true.
That's
Like
fair.
I don't have, he didn't play there long enough to be one of the
True.
greats, right? Like he was there. Sure, they got a ring, questionable because it was the shortened year and whatever, but he wasn't there long enough and play great enough and amass championships the way that the greats that he's being compared against did. So yeah, I mean, when you talk about the Lakers, will he come up? Sure. Will you talk about him as one of the Lakers all-time greats? No. Basketball's all-time greats? Sure. But there's plenty of guys that have gone to teams that, weren't the highlight of their career. Did he win a ring? Yeah, he did. But nobody likes that ring anyway.
Yeah.
So that one legitimately has an asterisk next to it.
He wins in Philly, he'll get a statue, though. I mean, they give Nick Foles a statue.
Right next to
for
Rocky.
crying out loud. right there, next to Rocky, Nick Foles, and LeBron. That's a nice threesome.
I mean, they do kind of build statues out there. There is that.
Yeah.
Maybe
He
I'm
likes
a little
their
bitter about
heroes.
Nick Foles. I don't know. Maybe
They
I'm
like their
bitter.
heroes, that's for sure.
Mhm.
NBA schedule kind of came out a little bit with the opening night schedule being the 76ers at the Knicks, Celtics at the Pistons, and Thunders at the Spurs, which is a pretty good slate, I think, for opening night. That's really good. It's gonna be trying to find what team you want to watch, because they're all good games. So on Christmas, the Spurs play the Knicks, the Heat play the Celtics, the 76ers play the Lakers, Thunder at Wolves, and Nuggets at Warriors. Another good schedule. I don't like it at Christmas, but I think it's sacrilegious to be playing games at Christmas. But whatever.
And now we have the NFL going to play on
Yeah?
Christmas.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's what this
I didn't
graphic
like that
is.
either.
That's what this graphic is. Which one are you doing? Because Netflix is going to host this. Football games on Netflix have averaged roughly 19.9 to 24 million views. And Christmas Day basketball has averaged 5.5 million views a game. So you have the ratings bully of the NFL trying to push the NBA off their day. And now for me, because, the NBA helped us lose our team, I will be watching football.
Oh, the bitterness continues.
until they lace them up here. Yes.
Now, I was in Seattle. Everybody from Seattle blamed Starbucks for Seattle's Supersonics leaving town.
Why?
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
Because he's the guy. Schultz is who sold it,
Right.
and so
Oh.
that's why. Steve-O, it's been a while. How's it going, man?
I was
Yeah,
shocked to hear the vitriol for Starbucks in general in the city of Seattle while I was there.
Yeah, it's because of exactly that. He sold the team and then it immediately left. And so even though that wasn't really his fault, that actually had more to do with the city than him, but everybody views it as him because he sold the team. The city controlled the building, the Key Arena at the time, and they basically were shooting down any other stadium building situation. And so ultimately that made it so that they wanted to move. So I don't hold Schultz in as much regard to that as the city. And of course, the guy that bought the team that forced his way out of town. And of course, the NBA for allowing all of that to happen. So, there's that.
6 That was the most shocking thing of being in that city for 2 days. Is I must have seen 100 independent coffee shops and one Starbucks. in
Oh,
2
that's
days,
just because you're in the
traveling
wrong
around that
part of
city.
town. Yeah, that's
I'm t-
you're.
We were in the main areas of town.
No. It just means you're in the wrong part of town. Because like if you go towards, if you go into like the east side, like Bellevue, Redmond, whatever, you can see a Starbucks from a Starbucks. Yeah, like they're all over the place. If you're downtown Seattle, you don't see as many of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is because the vacancy rate of Seattle, as far as commercial property goes, is about 35% right now.
Yeah, that was shocking too, actually.
So it's because the city is making it advantageous to move out of the city. They're basically making it hard to stay there. Even as a building owner, they're going to start taxing you for having vacant space.
Oh, that's
So, the Seattle City Council is awesome. And they're actually severely hurting the city as a whole.
good pointing at the ballpark too. They got a parking lot the size of my driveway, by the way. That's hilarious too.
Yeah, well, at least it's expensive also. So that's
Wow.
there's no bitterness. I don't spend a lot of time downtown or anything.
Oh my God. That's shocking.
Yeah, no, it's
You don't.
that's honestly one of the few things that's great about being media credentialed on that end is I get free parking as a media member. And,
Well, there can't be any gridlock because you can't get enough cars down there to have gridlock. It's crazy.
you would think, but the problem is there's so many like goofy roads and then only bus areas that traffic is awful all the time. We do have the light rail now. So, I mean, you can't get the light rail down there. You got to be planning ahead because it takes a while, but
Cool. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to hijack the show with my.
No, you're good.
Seattle.
You're good. No, because it's kind of like what the opposite. Seattle and Detroit are on the opposite spectrums. It sounds like it's like they're trying to move people up out of the city in Seattle, where they're trying to move everybody in Detroit. And I think that's you talk about you see a lot of coffee places. When you went to Seattle, Keith, other coffee places besides
Coffee and
Starbucks.
marijuana.
There you go. Same here. But there's a lot of Starbucks downtown. I mean, it's almost what Bo says. You look from one Starbucks to another Starbucks. So it's like, having a little piece of Seattle there. But there's other coffee places too. It's like,
oh yeah.
Can't get enough coffee. Just move
Oh
to
yeah.
Zillow
No, like
here.
it's
Columbia.
I was just referring to the Starbucks. There's still a litany of other ones everywhere. So I mean, you can't go more than, I don't know, a quarter mile and find another coffee shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can
Found a
bump
couple
into another.
good coffee. Good
Come
coffee.
out of a coffee shop and come out of Starbucks and bump into another coffee shop. Basically, that's how it is here too. So coffee is prime. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Major League Baseball before we get up out of here today. I see Seattle is
Doing Seattle stuff.
yeah.
Actually
That's
doing
good.
the exact path that I told you at the beginning of the season.
I
It's,
hear that
I
their
know my
big
team.
player is taking the blame for it too. So
I mean, that's a team
That's
effort
one player.
to do exactly
Right.
what we're doing. I mean,
Mhm.
and the thing is, it's not even the players, because we have, 24 years of doing this outside of last year, right? So in that amount of time, it's all different players, it's different managers. Like the only thing consistent in that whole scenario is the ownership.
That's the only thing they'll run back. It's the
Exactly.
ownership.
Yep.
Because they
Yeah,
can't
saying
run
that.
this back again after this disaster. I mean, there's going to be a lot of heads going to roll here.
You would think, but absolutely not. So we do this same roller coaster every time. We start slow, we get hot, we'll even take the lead. All-Star break comes, we forget how to play baseball for 2 to 3 weeks at a minimum, and then we'll start to climb back in, will go on a heater as soon as we're mathematically out, and we'll miss the playoffs by 1 to 5 games. And we've done that 24 of the last 25 years. I mean, and it's the same roller coaster. Like, you walk into a Six Flag, there's 100 roller coasters you could ride. We take the same one every time. We don't even find different peaks and valleys. We're just like, hey, you know what? We know this one works. We're just going to do it. And we'll still be the 9th most profitable team in the league.
I don't get it. I mean, with that pitching staff, they just find ways not to score runs, and there's some talent there. What's happened to J-Rod? I mean, good grief!
It's been the MO for forever, though. We'll end up with pitching, and then we'll just not be able to get bats. J-Rod is funny because he is a very streaky guy. I mean, baseball players generally are, but he is extraordinarily streaky, and he'll start slow and then he'll get hot right about the time the rest of the team falls apart.
I'm starting to think we've seen the best of J-Rod. I don't think, he hasn't gotten better, right? Yeah. Yes, he's hot, he's streaky, but he hasn't gotten better since he broke out.
No, I mean, you know what he is now, right? Is he's a streaky guy that can get hot, but he's not consistent. And, unfortunately it's what we got, but people like him. They show up to the ballpark to watch it happen. And at the end of the day, that's what the Mariners care about. Winning clearly isn't it, because we have a history of not doing anything.
Who owns this team? Artie Moreno? Jesus.
It originally got bought to not leave Seattle by Nintendo. Keep it in Seattle, because Nintendo, when they came to the US, landed in Redmond, Washington. Right. So as a thank you to the Seattle area, they bought the team, kept the team here, which appreciate. Awesome. And then there's still a minority owner. I forget who the primary is, but holds a very similar regard to the team. Like they're there to make money, which it absolutely does that. Winning, they're not that worried about it. They don't want to be bad, but they don't care about winning. And unfortunately, there's really only a handful of teams in baseball that actually care about winning.
Very sad. It's very sad. That's the Artie Moreno syndrome, right? He truly believes that fans don't care about wins and losses. That's not even in their top 5 priorities of winning, which I think is shocking. As a fan, it's my number 1 priority.
So they don't think that losing is fine. What they're looking at is being competitive. So they don't care if you win. They just want you to be in the game. And he's not entirely wrong. As someone that's actually competitive, it's a problem. But your casual fan, they just want to see a competitive game.
Not me. I want to see who wins.
No, well, I mean,
you're a competitive fan.
I'm mad at ties and stuff.
I'm competitive in anything we do. I play my granddaughter in whatever game. I want to kick her ass.
No question. I would rather
say that out loud on TV.
Hey, I mean, that's like me. I'd rather lose than tie.
Right.
I want to have a winner and a loser. I don't want to play the thing and then nobody wins. Like, what are we doing?
Second place is first loser. That's my mentality, and always has been. First loser. I don't care about second place. Who cares?
Yep.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Exactly.
I'll tell my granddaughter that
I think she knows now. Well, we got the Rays. They're on a 9-game win streak. So I don't know what's going. I know the Yankees and the Mariners play tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say I think we're about to lose to them, and then we have Houston.
You only got to score a couple of runs, you might win the game though, because we're not scoring. This team is.
I mean, we just lost yesterday. 4-1.
Also not scoring runs.
Yeah, they're not barn burners for sure. Losing 4-1, it's not like anybody was lighting it up. But yeah, I mean, we just can't score.
One of these games might go, 40 innings, 0-0.
What
Yes.
are you saying that? The Boston Red Sox have cooled off. They've lost 4 in a row. That's something that's fortunate for the Yankee fans, because they were on fire. The Yankees are playing baseball, so they didn't catch them. They haven't caught them yet.
You're not worried about the Red Sox, though. You got to figure out how to catch the Rays.
Yeah.
They're not catching a race.
The Rays are on fire.
You just got to.
Nine of their last 10.
The problem with the Yankees, if Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger don't come back close to 100%, it doesn't matter if they get in the playoffs or not. This team's not going anywhere because they're not going to score enough runs. And they're wasting a tremendous, and I'm sure Bo can relate to this, but the pitching staffs the Mariners have had, they're wasting a tremendous pitching staff right now because these pitchers every night got to go out and they know they can only give up a run or so or they're not going to win a game. Constantly. Cam Schrader the other day pitched tremendous, doesn't get a run.
No, I mean, that's why last year you almost saw a Cy Young winner with a losing record. Because it's like, man, you can only play so well. You can't generate runs as a pitcher. So now he ended up having a winning record in the last like 2 games of the season. But yeah, I mean, otherwise you were going to see your first one with a losing record. Good old Pirates.
Now to throw one to your, and you may talk about it, but I'll throw it to you anyway, Brian. Your team, after trading their 2 best pitchers, are playing some of the best baseball in the American League, which again is, faint praise, I guess. But they're playing good baseball.
8-2 in the last 10, 1-3 in a row. There's something that I wanted to bring up to you though, Keith, because I know on some of your shows, your guy John Gonzalez comes in there and talks about the Dodgers and that the trade was bad. And
you ripped me something terrible.
I saw a quote today that says that Tigers winning after trading Casey Mize and Skubal is bad for baseball.
What?
How?
Right?
I get it. I mean, I understand why somebody would say that because more teams will do that and they won't all go on winning streaks. That's got to be their thinking, but that's just wrong. There's lots of ways to win. The Brewers have the best record in baseball. They got the 16th or 19th ranked payroll. You don't have to have the highest paid payroll to win games. 2 of the top 5 are 2 of the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of that is because the Mets are the Mets.
Well, again, you have to if you spend money, you can spend all the money you want. If you don't spend it well, you're still not going to win.
Even if your team is good and you happen to be the Mets, you're going to Mets it up and find a way.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's just
it's like the Cleveland Browns. You're going to find some way to brown it up. Yeah.
You're not going to put me in a position defending the Mets. I'm not going to do that.
I mean, it took the Knicks 53 years to not do it.
they and I don't take any great pleasure in defending the Dodgers over and over again that they're not ruining baseball.
No, it's already ruined.
But the game was already the owners put themselves in this situation.
Yeah.
And then now they want somebody else to bail them out.
No, remember the old intro for this network, right? The people of baseball try really hard to ruin it.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely what the Dodgers are doing, but that's not a new thing. Like that blueprint was there when the Yankees were doing it. Now
it's not like
they've taken an extra twist to it.
And somebody, it might have been John, I don't remember who said it, but then they took it to say, well, all these deferred contracts. They didn't invent that either.
No,
that's been going on for decades.
So
Ted Williams got deferred contracts in the 50s. Bobby Bonilla and Brett Saberhagen are still getting paid by the Mets from the 80s.
The difference there, though, is they did that after the fact, right? Like they tried to make it so that the hit on their salary wasn't terrible. This is deferring it on the front end.
I get it.
But the problem is it's working, and there's nothing that says you couldn't. So you're working within the framework of the rules. So I'm not mad at it. I'm mad that my team won't do it. Like,
well, that's the thing. And again, I can't, as a Yankee fan, in good conscience, go out and say, some other team spending money is ruining baseball. When we've spent as much money or more money than any of these teams over the last 3 or 4 decades.
Oh, no question.
So, yeah. I mean, I can't in good conscience do that.
No. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. You just got to want to win. I think that's where, a lot of these other teams get mad is their team won't do it because they're not committed to winning. I
'Cause
mean,
they
you
run them
look
as
at
a business. They don't run them as a competitive sports team. That's what
absolutely. You take a look at the Pirates and the A's. They're not committed to winning. They're committed
No.
to making money,
Agreed.
but they're not committed to winning. So
And it's not like the Dodgers, it's not like the Dodgers have been like running away with these things. I mean, they barely won the world. They did win. I'll give you that the last 2 years, but they barely got by the Blue Jays last year. They were behind the Padres 2-1 the year before that in the NLCS. It isn't like they're just winning every game by 10 runs. And
I mean, they do have
leading
9
people in the
starting
dust.
pitchers now.
I get it. And they need them because they're all hurt at one point or another. So,
Well, they need them because their bullpen is still trash. But
well, that's true. Edwin Diaz, they should have
Half
left
of them
him
to the
hurt.
bullpen.
Should have left him hurt.
Half of the starters to the bullpen. I don't solve that problem, huh?
so I think that's actually what's going to happen there. As soon as they start getting people healthy, you're going to have some of those starters become relievers, which is going to be interesting.
So the Dodgers or the Tigers, they aren't the ones who are going to cause the lockout that's going to happen in December. And they're not the one that's going to cause the work stoppage that's going to happen next April.
I think
It's gonna get ugly.
adding Skeens probably solidified that it was going to happen. Like it was going to happen regardless. But I think doing that,
Skubal, you mean, right?
or Skubal, I mean, sorry. I think that doing that, I think puts the nail in the coffin
It's
because
going to happen anyway. It was
no, it
going to happen
absolutely-
anyway.
it absolutely was going to happen. Anyway. But I think doing that just because we can, I think was what was going to put it over the top, which again, I find hilarious. So it's going to be bad for the sport though. Like it
Sure will.
because you're not going to have juiced baseballs and roids to get it back on track like they did in the last one.
Hey,
I would-
everything
again,
else.
It's not likely. It's not probable, but it's possible. That we'll lose a whole season.
Oh, you're going to
Oh,
lose.
we're losing a whole season.
I think it's very
Lose a whole season.
I think it's very possible. I don't think it's probable yet, but there's guys who want the nuclear option. They don't care.
I
There's
think
owners
I think you lose next season and you have a late start to the following.
Yeah.
That's how.
Well, that's what happened in '94 when they punted the World Series and they still went into the spring.
Yeah, I think you end up with missing all of next season, and then you have probably a 100-game shortened 28.
I may be gone as a fan. I may be gone entirely. I don't know, but I might be gone as a fan.
Damn,
Wow, that was morbid.
dark.
Right, got morbid real quick.
Listen, I'm not talking about offing myself. I'm not going to do that. I mean, but anything can happen. I'm old.
Based on the time, boom, credits.
If I was going to do it, I might do it live on the show, though, just to like
oh man.
Wow.
little
Best
Howard
rated
Beale,
show ever.
little Howard Beale moment for you.
Right.
Little Howard Beale.
Man.
You might have to be a certain age to know that one too, Brian. Right?
Everybody's network would have a boost in ratings. That's for sure.
Yeah, right before YouTube deletes your channel.
Everybody's.
It's another movie I want to see reviewed on your show network. It's a great movie. Great movie.
All right. Well, that'll bring us to the conclusion of our show there, gentlemen. It's
You're
been
welcome.
real. Hey, this is always where it goes sideways. So, I mean, you got to step. Oh, by the way, to respond to Excalibur, the Rams, because, we put out there who's going to play the Texans in the Super Bowl. I also have the Texans
Not the
in the
Texans.
Super Bowl.
I mean,
Texans? Hey,
Oh,
you never know. Anyway.
in like Madden? Is
yeah,
that
I think you're talking about Madden. Yes.
Okay. All right. On that note, sayonara. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
Bye.
Oh, pay attention to Keith's show coming up, the College Report. Open for business now.
Maybe I'll be there. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
Sounds like it's going to be a limited run either way.
I tune in just to see if I'm there or not.
All right, folks. We will see you Wednesday. Some of us will see you Wednesday.
That was great.
Oh, God.
get that money, get that pain. Like them colors, get your head in the game. Get that money, get that pain. Like them colors, get your head in the
Turn it up.